My skin went white blank at 06:03 station time. I know the exact minute because I was staring at the terminal clock when the master archive returned its output, and I sat there for 22 seconds without moving, and the clock changed from 06:03 to 06:04 while my skin stayed the color my species shows when the cognitive load exceeds the classification system entirely. The cursor had stopped blinking, the search thread had stopped running, I had not. This is the filing that broke a 13-year streak of perfect closes, and the 22 seconds where an officer met their system's wall. I have filed 7,291 CAP scores. I know the Valdres classification architecture's search thread average, 4.1 seconds. I know it because I have watched it 7,291 times, and it has never once exceeded 9 seconds on the return. That prior record belonged to a Vindhari resonance case, cross-referencing subsonic frequency tables from 3 treaty databases, and the network logged it as an anomaly of instrument load, not of subject data. At 04:12, with the oversight delegation 14 hours from docking, I submitted Cadet Tenant Mara's file and watched the search thread run past 4.1 seconds, then past 10, then past 30. The VCA sorts every species that enters the compact. It assigns a ceiling, a number, a tier. That is the entire function of Veldaron Assessment Station, Level 3, where I have worked for 13 years. The Osavane cadets in Cohort 214 dimmed their fronds before the 90-minute mark, grade 3.8, standard. Their biology tells you exactly when they have reached the wall. The Brevosi median threshold produces cortisol spikes at grade 3.1. The highest scorer this cycle, a Brevosi-designated Forketh, capped at Tier 5 extended, a number the archive has assigned 1,104 times. Every species has a ceiling. The VCA finds it, logs it, closes the file. I ran the diagnostic anyway. All 14 sensor arrays confirmed operational. The anomaly was not in the instrument. I pulled the gauntlet footage to the 30-minute mark. Mara was sitting cross-legged on the assessment floor. Her left hand was closed. When I zoomed, I could see it. A coin. Old. Edges gone smooth from years of handling. She turned it between thumb and index finger once every 2.3 seconds and her heart rate read 58. The intensity grade at minute 30 was 4.7. The Brevosi spike threshold is 3.1. She was running 1.6 grades above documented cortisol response with a flat line. The VCA search thread had been running for 47 minutes. It was still running. I scrubbed to hour 2, grade 6.1. The engine was already drafting scores for 3 Kevrath cadets who had shown early curve peaks. Mara had not moved. Same position, same rhythm. Heart rate, 57. The VCA had extended its search into 22 million individual assessment records, looking for a pattern it could use to extrapolate an upper bound. It had not found one. I scrubbed to hour 3.5, grade 7.3. I noticed my own skin. Amber. It had been amber since minute 34. I had not registered the shift until now. I had been watching the footage for 2 hours and 18 minutes without awareness of my own physiological response. In 13 years of filing, this had never happened. I did not close the footage. I scrubbed to hour 5. Grade 8.4. The coin turned at once every 2.3 seconds. Heart rate, 57. The VCA search thread had been running for 4 hours and 51 minutes. It had cross-referenced every biological and neurological dataset in the Compact's network, 5,804 species processed across 200 years of operation, and had produced 0 candidate ceilings. The cursor was still blinking. I filed the Level 2 manual review at hour mark 2:51. I documented, engine search thread active, ceiling threshold not identified, data integrity confirmed, no instrument fault. The Level 2 protocol routes to the master archive. I submitted at 06:03. In 13 years of filing, I have never seen the master archive take more than 4 seconds to return a decision. I watch the cursor, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 9 seconds the Vinhari record, still running, 11 seconds, 13 seconds. At 14.2 seconds the master archive returned. The output read, no containment EXISDS, entry WITHHELD, refer to oversight. My skin went white blank. 22 seconds. No movement. The terminal glowed. The cursor had stopped. The search thread had resolved not with a number but with an honest answer. The architecture of the compact, 200 years of tier assignments, resource allocations, treaty standings, had encountered an organism whose response curves did not peak in 6 hours at grade 8.4, and it had made the only record it was capable of making: the truth. The system was not broken. That was what I was sitting with. If the engine had malfunctioned, the diagnostic would have caught it. If the archive had errored, the error code would have appeared. Neither happened. The instrument ran correctly. The archive processed correctly. They both arrived at the same place, the edge of what 200 years of measurement had built, and a blank field on the other side. The table has a wall. I had always assumed the wall was where things ended. I had not considered that the wall was where we stopped building. 22 seconds. Then I reach for the escalation protocol. The oversight delegation's shuttle entered docking approach at 17:31. I had the compliance report open, and 213 of 214 files closed. Lead assessor Kiev was Senior Druvasi, 30-year classification veteran, skin that had not shifted color in so long it had simply forgotten the mechanism. He read the engine's return. He read the archive's return. He watched 4 minutes of gauntlet footage, the section where the intensity grade crossed 7 and the heart rate read 57. He did not say anything for a long time. Then he closed the footage, opened the archive's taxonomy table, and manually created a new administrative category. He typed it himself, uncharted. He sealed the file to Oversight's restricted registry. The process took 9 minutes. He did not explain his reasoning aloud. He did not need to. The architecture had already made the record. He was adding a shelf for it. Cohort 214 graduated at 19:00. Tenant Mara crossed the platform 63rd in line. She shook the facility commander's hand 4 seconds, standard protocol, and reached the far side. The coin was still in her left hand, still turning, once every 2.3 seconds. They logged it as personal effects during deployment processing, placed it in an evidence case, not a display case. There is a difference, and I noted it. The tag read, personal artifact, origin unverified. Assessment cycle 214. File ref, uncharted 001. The rhythm had stopped. The archive's processing light was still on. I submitted the compliance report at 21:14. All 214 files logged. The record was clean. My skin has not returned to silver. I have been trying to decide whether that is a fact about her species, or a fact about the table I have been filing into for 13 years. I have not decided yet. I have been filing anyway. The coin sits in its evidence case. The cursor blinks on the next file. My hands are the color of a question that has no category.